Hey guys, what's going on? This is Alex.
And I'm Dustin.
And we're at MyFreedomSmokes, and today we're going to do another head-to-head with some of the most popular temperature control mods. My personal favorite out of the temp controls is going to be the Sigelei 150. Sigelei was one of the first box mods I ever got. I had the original 100 watt when it came out, and I fell in love. Sigelei has yet to stop impressing me. I love the design. I love that they're including these little milky cases to go with it, because I drop stuff all the time. All the time, I really do. And so it really helps keep this wonderful mod looking beautiful.
I got the SnowWolf 200 watt box right here in this lovely champagne color. Been my favorite since the day I got it in as a sample, and I've loved it ever since. Quality about this thing is outstanding. I love how once you push the button, it fires instantly, fires hot, seems to be pretty accurate. I really don't have anything negative to say about this. Biggest negative on here is just how sleek and shiny it is. It just holds fingerprints. Other than that, there's, you might want to be a little bit more careful with it because it has a lot of like a similar feel to like an iPhone with just the craftsmanship and the edge and stuff like that. It's a weird feeling. You just don't want to drop it. That's the only thing. But by far, my personal favorite device out of these three.
Talking about the sleekness, I guess one thing that the Sigelei would have over the SnowWolf is for the fact that when you take this little case off, you have a nice matte black finish on it.
I like that texture.
So, and I really do too, and that's part of the reason I really like this, is even though you are going to get fingerprints on it, with just a quick little wipe, those are going to quickly go away. But the one thing I do really like about yours is the fact that it's got a little bit more heaviness to it. This one's going to be a little lighter, and even though I do like the design, it is kind of counterintuitive to it a bit. It does feel a little bit more cumbersome in my hand. I may not have the smallest hands in the world, but my hands aren't too big. So when I put this in, it's a little big for my taste. But you know what? A lot of people like the really bigger box mods. So honestly, this is my only downfall with this one, is the fact of how big it is.
Yeah, this thing is pretty tiny. It is thick. What is that, about an inch and some change? About an inch and some change. It's pretty thick. It's really heavy. It's pretty solid. It's heavier than a phone. I just like it because it is small as a phone. It does fit in your pocket well, even though it is incredibly thick. You will feel it in your pocket as you're walking. So that's why I got a little clip on it right here, so it's not jangling around on my thigh.
Mm-hmm. That's actually some of the new e-clips. It's E-cig. We're going to be carrying that on the website very soon. We just placed the order for it. So you got a quick little sneak peek. It's really cool. Trust me, we'll do a good video on that.
Oh, guys, they work. They fit snugly to your hip. You'll see a video on this. We'll just test with it.
So with yours, how many different modes does yours come with?
Temperature control. It does titanium wire. Make sure it doesn't. Does it do steel? Do you know if it does steel wire?
I don't think it does.
I think it does titanium wire and just regular wattage mode. So it's 200 watts, and then you got your regular temperature control up to 600 degrees, I believe, off the top of my head. Actually, not sure. I will, figure that out. We'll put that in the description.
And with mine, I do have a couple.
662 degrees.
There we go. So using my little cheat sheet on the back here too. The one thing that probably sets the Sigelei apart from any of the others is you can edit the joules. Not only can you do your auto joule setting, if there's something that's not quite hitting right and you feel like you can edit it some, you can go in here and edit your joules. So you can actually do temp control, joule mode, power mode, and I believe that you actually can do the titanium coils, and the nickel coil. So I think the only thing this one doesn't support is the stainless steel coil. So I think with this one you have a little bit more versatility, but you are trading out a little bit more quality, with the SnowWolf.
This thing fires up to 200 watts, which is where it's going to shine, because it fires pretty low. It goes down to 0.05, and that's because it is a temperature control device, and temperature control coils do read lower. But right now I have a 0.23 in this thing, and running it at 50 watts, it heats up quick. It's popping out, overfill this, but it heats up quick. The moment you hit the button, the thing starts firing. So there's no delay time like on some boxes where it's like, it kicks in real quick. This thing, from the moment you hit the button, it's ready to vape instantly. I really appreciate that with this.
And with this one, I can tell there's a little bit of a delay. Pressing it sounds like there's like a half a second delay after pressing it. So if that does bother you, that could be something that really doesn't work. So going down the line with these, just a quick overview. This one maxes out at 150. This one maxes out at 165, and as he said, this one maxes out at 200 watts. The reason this IPV is here is I really feel that this is the good bridging gap between the two devices.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a little thinner, still takes two 18650s along with these. You do have a touch sensor at the very top. It kind of works like, it's a touch sensor. You just tap it and you can start vaping. You can turn that mode off in here though if you're worried about pulling it out of your pocket and you touching it.
It is useful, especially if you're at if it's just a desk vape. That
Mm-hmm.
thing, it's pretty cool, Most
It
people
really
think they
is.
won't use it, but once you've had a device like that, I've tried the old IPVs that, first implemented the touch, and it was pretty useful even on those older devices. I can imagine it's still pretty useful on these newer devices too.
It is, and especially, you don't need to be dripping while you're driving, but if you're using a tank, this could also be very useful. That way, all you gotta do is pick it up, and you don't have to search for a button. You just rest your thumb on top and take a hit. So that could be one extra little safety feature. Battery case just slides right out like that, like most others. This one kind of pops out to the side, and yours
Has a little clip back here, and it's magnetized. You just stick your fingernail underneath there, and you just pop it out like normal. 2 magnets, a magnet on the top and the bottom. When you're done, you just clip it back in space. None of that friction fit or sliding. It's just like snap-in magnet back. Pretty strong magnet back too. It's got a good grip. So
you just can't take it off right now.
because I have the clip on, but it will. It does snap back pretty quick.
So I guess just kind of overall is, all three of these are going to be fantastic products, especially trying to get into your temperature control vaping world. I'm not too well versed in it yet, but he is. But working with these kind of devices, I'm starting to understand it a bit better. So take it from me, someone that deals with it every day, it's going to be confusing. But with these sorts of mods, it's going to kind of help you take the right steps in the right direction to get you vaping in basically version 3 of vaping now? Because we had Sigelei's and then we had this would be 4.
Yeah.
So we had Sigelei's, Egos, Mechanicals, and now temperature control. So using these mods is going to help you going into phase 4 of this wild vaping journey we've become.
Stay tuned for phase 5, virtual reality vaping.
Yes. All right, guys. We've had some fun. Again, this is Alex.
And I'm Dustin.
And we're MyFreedomSmokes. And if you have any questions, always feel free to leave a comment below and be a community. Till next time, see ya.
Thank you for vaping.
Thank you for vaping.